What's going on, guys, and welcome to my last thoughts, reactions video before I do the review for Spider-Man Brand New Day. So this is like my final thoughts and things before the movie comes out. And yes, I know this video is going to be coming out really late. But I wanted to get these thoughts out there before I do the review because I feel like it's going to be important later when we actually review the movie and actually talk about it and stuff like that. So, the final trailer, let's talk about it. So, the first minute and a half, minute plus, is basically just a recap. So there's nothing really for me to really say about that. It just recaps a few set pieces, action scenes, which was not much. but well, you know what I mean. It was kind of weird that it was just a recap. I understand that they're trying not to show off a lot. Maybe that's why they did that, because they didn't want to show off anything new yet. So this trailer was more or less just kind of stuff we already saw, unfortunately. But there were some other things that we did see in this. We got to see a little bit more of Spider-Man versus Scorpion. Just a few, basically, screenshots slash little clips. Nothing too crazy. And then there's a reference to, and then Scorpion saying how he's not Scorpion. So I guess this leads to the quote-unquote main villain, who we still don't know who the main villain is yet. A lot of people keep saying it's Jean Grey. I don't see it. I just don't, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I know there are a lot of people that are like, oh, it's Jean Grey. I don't know. I don't know about that one. But like I said, we'll see here in the next few days. But yeah, no. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who he's fighting. I don't know what the deal is. So, and then we see Hulk versus Spider-Man. So, this was a video I actually was going to make separately by itself. I actually was going to, I was trying so hard to find time to do these videos. Seriously, I was. But I just never could get around to it until now. So, here I am, just kind of giving you a mixture of things with, clips we saw of that combined with the final trailer thoughts and stuff like that. So, okay, so let's talk about this. First of all, it's bizarre. It's weird. I can't believe I'm going to see Spider-Man versus Hulk before I see Wolverine versus Hulk on, the big screen. I think that's a bit silly, but whatever. I mean, so here's the thing. Because there were a lot of shots of them fighting, of him running away from him. I think Punisher was there. People make fun of Punisher. I was scared of him or whatever. I would also be scared of an 8-foot fucking giant that can crush me in like one fist, one punch. But everyone wants to make fun of him. But whatever. The point is it's like, look, because they're like, they're fighting. They're like falling. There's like clips of them like falling like from this building, and Spider-Man's got like this weird like arm thing that he like is punching him with or whatever. There's even a clip of like when they're in the building, he like grabs it and like smashes him down. So here's the thing. Spider-Man's not beating him physically. If you are one of those people who think that Spider-Man can beat the Hulk, you're stupid. Because it's not. Hulk is the strongest one there is. Even though, yes, this version of Hulk is not, as strong as he should be. But when I think about, the characters from the comics, and I think about their power scaling, yes, Spider-Man is extremely fast. He is very hard for Hulk to touch and to grab. So he probably will have that advantage in this fight, but he's not physically winning the fight. If there was ever a time that if I was to guess how this fight is going to end, it has to end like it did in the comics. It has to end with Spider-Man telling him a joke. And that is the best way to do that. Like, you can have your stupid fight scene, but you cannot have Spider-Man, Peter Parker, beat him physically. It's not happening. Yes, can Spider-Man in the comics get a good few licks in? Yes, but he cannot physically overpower the Hulk. He never was able to do that. He's fast, but he's not able to just beat him. So, if there's one thing that I'm really hoping they do is, because let's look at it from the perspective of if they actually did try to have him physically beat Hulk. That's not a good thing, because we already look at this Hulk as not very strong to begin with. So, a lot of people keep saying like, oh, Hulk's back, because in the trailer he says no Banner, only Hulk and stuff like that. That's great. But if Spider-Man beats him physically, you're going to diminish the Hulk again, if not further. So, like I said, I would like to think and I hope that they're not going to have him, again, physically beat him. He can't, he shouldn't. So, we'll see. But like I said, if this was ever a time for them to do their stupid MCU humor, it would be with this fight of him, like, telling a joke or something to get him to laugh and calm down and turn back into Bruce. That's a real thing from the comics, by the way. So that would be the best thing to take from the comics at that point. But we'll see. They have a lot of comic references in this. We learned this from a lot of the earlier trailers, so which we did not see in this trailer. We did not see those scenes for some reason. So, like I said, we'll see how that goes. But overall, I mean, here's the thing. This trailer was a kind of a big fat nothing. We didn't really see too much. We only saw basically, like, I mean, unless I'm mistaken, I mean, I don't know if they showed off the Hulk versus Spider-Man fight earlier before the final trailer or not. I'm a little, like, a little busy lately, so it's kind of hard for me to really be fully and, paid attention to it. But I from what I saw, it seems like, that it just seemed like it was something we already saw before. So, like I said, I feel like everything in this trailer was basically just kind of things we kind of more or less saw before, and there's just kind of like, it just seems like it's just, kind of told, kind of shown off a certain way. It seemed like this trailer was more of like because even by the title, like, Peter's journey, so it literally is like, that's why they did like the recap, and then literally like half the video is the recap, and then the other half was like basically more or less what's going to happen in the movie. But like I said, I feel like you didn't see as much in this trailer as you did with the first one or two of these trailers here. So, like I said, this trailer was kind of not much else to really say. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to basically kind of give you my final thoughts about this movie and what I think it's going to be, or what it could be, before we actually review it and watch it and all that stuff. The action will definitely be better than the first two movies. This will definitely have better action than Homecoming. It will have better action than Far From Home. It'll probably be up there as far as the action goes. I think the action does and looks pretty solid. I think that will probably be the better parts of the movie that I can definitely say I'm going to be very positive about is the action. A lot of the scenes, and this won't be a spoiler, a lot of the scenes, they feel like they're kind of ripped straight from, like, those Insomniac Spider-Man games, which, I mean, okay. I really hope that, it's got its own things, too, and not just from those games. But yeah, no, I think that the action in this movie will definitely be a big highlight. Peter, I didn't say this earlier, but there was a scene of, again, Peter and Zendaya as Michelle and Gank, whatever his name was again. I don't remember him. It's been so long since I talked about him. All three of them are in the same room again, so I don't know. They're probably gonna eventually have Peter show off who he is, and they're gonna probably get back together by the end of this stupid movie, if I had to take a wild guess. So, like I said, I wonder how much this will feel like those first two movies, and I wonder if this will, I would like to think this will be better written, but at the same time, it's just kind of stupid because, again, I feel like this ruins the ending of No Way Home for them to be doing this. And we'll see when we see the movie, but I get the feeling that he's gonna, show off who he is and they're gonna get back together and some crap like that. I'm fully convinced that that's gonna happen. We still, like I said earlier, we still don't even know who the main villain is. Like, I don't know who the main villain is. Everyone keeps saying Jean Grey. It's Jean Grey. And I'm just like, I really hope not, because it just doesn't make sense to me. Like when I think of like big Spider-Man villains, I don't think of Jean Grey. I'm just saying. So we'll see. It's some type of telepath. Like I said, I don't have really much else to say on that. So next time I talk about this will probably be in the review. So if you guys have any thoughts about how you think this movie will go or how you feel about it, let me know in the comments below. And until then, I'm out of here. Up, and away. See you guys.
Wherever there's a hang, you'll find a Spider-Man.